Legendary New Zealand back row Murray Mexted has bemoaned the lack of size amongst the All Blacks loose forwards for their upcoming Grand Slam campaign. New Zealand will get their Grand Slam campaign underway when they take on Ireland at Soldier Field in Chicago on November 1st. They will then head to the United Kingdom to take on Scotland at Murrayfield on November 8th, England at Twickenham on November 15th, and Wales at the Principality Stadium on November 22nd. All Blacks head coach Scott Robertson has named a 36-man squad for those fixtures, which includes 20 forwards and 16 backs, but Mexted is unhappy with the makeup of the forwards in the group, especially the 7 loose forwards, who he believes are too small to secure adequate possession in the lineouts, with only Simon Parker and Sammy Pini-Finau the adequate size, according to the former number 8. There's an interesting thing, though. The loose forwards, they've picked 7, only 4 locks, but 7 loose forwards, he told the DSBN podcast with Martin Devlin. And when I look at those loose forwards, only 2 of them are big enough to win ball on opposition throws, aerial possession. Let's talk about that. It's everything. In the series against Australia and South Africa, we have been weak in possession. We've been under 50% against both countries. So we need players who can win the ball in the air. So 4 out of those 7, in fact, 5 out of the 7 in reality, aren't going to win any opposition ball in the lineout. And that's a problem, I see. That's the only weakness I can see. They've tried a lot of players and I think they've got it pretty well right, the selectors. I think they've done really well. I'm happy with the team. The only thing I'm not happy with is they're still experimenting in the loose forwards. The issue of a lack of size amongst the All Blacks forwards, particularly in the back row, is something which Mexted has constantly addressed over the past year. Devlin mentioned to him that the show's viewers have asked why he always harps on about the topic, to which Mexted replied, "You've got to have the ball. You can't tell me that if you don't have the ball, you're going to win a game. You're not going to. In fact, 50 years before I played, they were winning games on kicks at goal. That's no longer. Look at the scores that we've got these days in today's game. And it's all about scoring tries, and you've got to have the ball. So I harp on because if we can't get 50% of the ball, we're pushing it. We're pushing it uphill. So that's why I harp on. The other reason is because we've got a shortage of loose forwards who can win the ball in the air. And that's a shame at the moment. We've tried Tupou Vaa'i. That's an example. We've moved them to the blind side. I thought he went well. So I thought the selectors would have left him there, but they moved him back to lock. So I don't know. They're still experimenting. But the reason they've got 4 or 5 open side flankers on this tour is because they're still trying to work out who they want to keep. When you look at the size of them, they're rather similar. Lakai, Satiti, Karifi, Savia, and even Jacobson's a little bit bigger. But when I look at that bunch, they've got to sort out 2, maybe 3, but not 4 or 5.